Good afternoon, everyone. Congressman Tom Rooney here to give you your last week in review for 2015, and I have a lot to report. This week, I voted in support of two incredibly important bills that fund our military, lower taxes, prevent terrorist detainees from coming to America, rein in the Environmental Protection Agency, and provide a lifeline to Florida's citrus and beef cattle industries. Let me take a minute to explain to you what the funding bill is all about, because there's a lot of misleading information floating around out there. Most importantly, over half of the funding included in this bill goes to fund our military and the intelligence community. This bill is about national security. If this bill were not to pass, our military spending would remain at dangerously low levels due to sequestration, and that would not be in our best national security interest. This bill is a combination of the 12 funding bills that appropriators, which I'm a part of, have been working on all year. It controls how the government spends its discretionary money over the next year. Since February, we've held over 100 hearings on the individual parts that make up this final package. Included in this bill were some major wins for the state of Florida and District 17. I'm excited to share that we were able to provide $7.5 million to continue research that's making headway in combating citrus greening disease. The Florida citrus industry is at a crossroads. Those orange and grapefruit trees we take for granted in Florida are in deep trouble and might not last another generation. But I promise you this, as long as you allow me to represent you in Congress, I will do everything in my power to stop that from happening. This $7.5 million increase will build on the most successful research from the past 2 years that will help detect citrus greening, manage greening strategies, and develop therapies to treat infected trees. The bill has other important wins for Florida as well, including a repeal of country of origin labeling for beef and pork. It'll save our beef cattle ranchers over $1 billion. It also reauthorizes the Land and Water Conservation Fund. Additionally, working with other Floridians and the Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa, we put a provision in this bill that strengthens the cancer research work that Moffitt does. The bill lifts the crude oil export ban, which will create thousands of American jobs, and prevents the transfer of the release of the Gitmo detainees into the United States. For our veterans, the bill increases funding for employment and training services to help our heroes find good civilian jobs, and provides more funding to treat our vets with lifelong injuries from war. And finally, you may recall me talking on the House floor about a week ago, asking our leadership not to forget about the first responders who rushed to Ground Zero on September 11, 2001. I'm happy to report that this bill extends the benefits of the James Zadroga 9/11 Health and Compensation Act so that those heroes can receive the health care they rightfully deserve. Another concrete step taken in the bill to increase national security is a provision that will significantly strengthen our visa waiver program. The visa waiver program was created decades ago as a way for people from other countries to more easily travel into the United States. It's how you can travel to Europe without a visa. Unfortunately, in today's world, officials believe that vulnerabilities within the visa waiver program may serve as a gateway for foreign terrorists to infiltrate our borders. This legislation strengthens the program by increasing data sharing with our international partners, beefing up regular reviews of the program, and requiring travelers who recently visited countries of concern to obtain a visa before entering the United States. I serve on the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, and I was pleased that the Intelligence Authorization Act was also passed this week. The terrorist threat we face in America today is real, and the bill gives our intelligence agencies the money and authority that they need to prevent potential attacks and to root out and kill Islamic State fighters in Iraq, Syria, and elsewhere in the world. The House also passed a major tax package this week, which will make it easier for Americans to keep more of their hard-earned money, find new jobs, and increase their wages. This tax bill has real solutions, which will actually save Americans money, with the potential to save them thousands annually. For example, this bill makes permanent the enhanced child tax credit to ease the financial burden on families with children. It also makes permanent a credit that can be used for college tuition and other educational expenses, and extends the deduction for tuition and higher education expenses. This bill also extends and makes permanent tax provisions that will help local businesses here in Florida. Specifically, the bill extends a provision so racetracks like the Sebring Motor Speedway can continue to succeed. The tax code as it stands is complicated and frustrating. This bill is an important step to replace our broken tax code with a simpler system that actually works for Americans and grows our economy. Thank you all for taking the time to listen to this message. I hope you have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year, and may the Force be with you.